Okay, we're going to create our physical and chemical digestion anchor chart. So make sure you title the top left physical and chemical changes. Obviously, I turned my notebook sideways. It just works out better. We're going to be making a flow map. So I turned it sideways, titled it physical and chemical digestion. And then you're going to write the teeth down, 7-6A, distinguish between physical and chemical changes in matter. 7.6A, distinguish between physical and chemical changes in matter. And we're really going to focus on how it changes in the digestion system. So you're going to then write the types of changes of matter. And you're going to put physical and chemical and then define them. So let me start with physical. Let me move this back up. Physical is a reversible change in a substance appearance. Example would be like size and shape. So physical change would be a reversible change in a substance appearance. Example, a size and shape. And then chemical is a formation of a new substance with different properties that cannot be undone. Chemical change is a formation of a new substance with different properties that cannot be undone. So once it's done, we have to do another chemical process. We can't reverse it. So it goes through a chemical process. We have the chemical equation for it. Those are the things, and you should have glued in a physical and chemical change like a resource into your notebook already the other day. So this is just to add on to that. Okay. If you need more time, please stop the video, but I'm going to continue on. So the first step is, again, we're making a flow map, and you can see I'm on the very edge of the paper of my notebook. The first step is the mouth. So inside of our mouth, when we're chewing our food, we have a physical change of grinding, pushing, and moving the food around. And then the chemical change starts with the saliva. So in our mouth, we have a physical and a chemical change occurring. And physical would be the grinding, pushing, and moving. Again, these are showing how it's going to change size and shape. So that's physical. And the saliva is going to create a new substance. It's going to start breaking down things into our food, okay? And you will see that I have drawn my arrow because the next step after the mouth is the esophagus. Let me move this over a little bit. Is the esophagus. That's in our throat, right? So our food goes to our esophagus. Inside of our esophagus, we're going to have a physical change of squeezing. So we have muscles in our throat that squeeze the food as it goes down. Okay, from the esophagus, the food goes to the stomach. In the stomach, we have a physical change of churning. That's like stirring it up. So churning, stirring it up. And then the chemical change is when the acid and enzymes mix with our food. And it's going to break the food down more, okay? So our mouth and our stomach, we have both a physical and chemical change occurring in both of those. Our esophagus, it's just a physical change of the squishing of the food. Okay, from our stomach, we go to the small intestine. In the small intestine, we have a physical change of squeezing and absorbs the liquid. Okay, so squeezing and absorbing. And then the chemical change would be more enzymes that we're applying to the food. Okay, so from the small intestine, we go to the large intestine. In the large intestine, we have a physical change of squeezing, and it removes the water. So large intestine, physical squeezing, removes the water. So we now have two organs, the esophagus and large intestine, where we just have physical changes happening. And then the last step is the rectum, the anus, where our food travels. So our food goes from our mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and then the rectum, anus. And inside of the rectum, anus, then we will have squeezing before the food exits our body. And, well, exiting our body is also squeezing out. Okay, so if you needed more time, please pause or stop and get this all down. But that is the steps. So the mouth, we have physical and chemical change. Esophagus, we just have a physical change. The stomach, we have physical and chemical change. Small intestine, we have a physical and a chemical change. The large intestine, we just have physical, and the rectum and anus, we just have physical. Okay, remember this is a flow map, so we have to write a so what, so why. So what is this map about? Again, I usually go to the teak to kind of help me with that. But our title would also help us. It's about the physical and chemical changes. So what is this map about? And then go ahead and write your so why. Why is this important? And think about why specifically is it important to you? We all have a digestive system and we all have these steps. So why might that be important for you to know? Again, I wanted to point out there are the mouth, the stomach, and the small intestine where we have physical and chemical changes. Okay, you will need to know this for the test as far as where are physical and chemical changes occurring. All right, so hopefully you got this finished. If not, take a moment and finish it up.